Hi, my name is Jenny Beach, and this is Special Education for School Leaders. I know I am ridiculously late, but I have had a daughter in the past 7 weeks, and it's been a long 7 weeks. So let's get started. One of my standards is develop effective relationships with a variety of community partners. I am a big believer in collaboration and networking. I think that people learn, especially people like me, learn exceptionally well from other people through discussion and interaction. So through good, open, honest relationships, I think learning is inevitable. The second one is collaboration with others to accomplish school improvement goals. I believe wholeheartedly, since I'm relatively new to teaching, that other people's experiences through different demographics and different schools and everything like that, I can learn how I want to run a school someday. So I think that is, again, really important to collaborate and have good networking. Yes, so my personal demographic, my husband and I moved to Teton County, Idaho, which is right across the Teton Range from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, about 10 years ago. We have two daughters, Lori, who is 2.5, and Kaylee Ray, who was just born 7 weeks ago. I teach at Teton Middle School, so I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and I say that I have the best job in the world because I do. I teach a class called Exploratory, which is all project-based learning based on exploration. So we've done everything from Explore Pirates, where we look at physics, how do we build boats that sink or float and navigate different obstacles. We talk about geography and currents and islands, and we talk about democracy, and we talk about history, who writes the history books. So that was a really cool lesson. We've done everything about architecture to entrepreneurship to renewable resources. Because of where we live and the outdoor nature of this area, I do classes on avalanche training and outdoor safety and first aid. So again, I seriously have the best job in the world. I personally love being outside. My husband and I moved here to be ski bums, and we are very successful at it. And my goal as a teacher is I just want to help. I want kids to feel successful. I want kids to feel intelligent. I want kids to feel like if they don't know something, that's not a big deal. They can figure it out, and I can help them with tools on how to figure things out. I never want to be the teacher that crushes somebody or extinguishes their curiosity. I want to be the teacher that if they're struggling in another class, they can come to me. How does my school use content-based learning materials? So our school does everything on Google. So we have Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google everything. So it's really beneficial for a few different reasons. Number one, documentation in vertical. So 6th grade can document and give it to 7th, and they can look back and see what has worked and what hasn't with each student. Google Classroom is great for special ed kids on a variety of different levels because they are able to look at the project and have all the things listed out from the teachers, or look at slides, or be able to go back and actually explore things where you don't lose the paper that you wrote it down on. We also have Chromebooks for all our special ed kids, and all of our kids actually, which is really good. All things on Google have voice to text, which is helpful for a lot of kids that fine motor skills are hard for. Also dyslexia on all the different spectrum of dyslexia. It's really helpful for the kids. We also have a push in, pull out program where the students are in regular core classes for their during the day, but they lose one of their 2 elective classes for a pull out and a reinforcement. So I think that's a really good program for the type of schools that we have, which forces them to participate in the classes, but it pulls it out and it helps reinforce and it helps guide them on the right path to what's most beneficial for them. So in my classroom, I'm really, really lucky because I can do whatever I want whenever I want. So if I need to adjust a project to help students, I do that. Again, we use Chromebooks for everything, so that's really beneficial. But most of my stuff is either discussion based or building or constructing or just figuring it out on your own. And I facilitate and guide those processes. So what I've learned in my classes is the unstructured nature of my class, and just any path to success is a path to success. It doesn't have to be my way, has been really beneficial and has shown the expertise a lot of these special ed kids have. And it's a lot of the gifted and talented kids, the GT kids, struggle in my classes because there's no structure. Shoot, Cooper, stop. Excuse me. Ugh, sorry about that. Some things that I really struggle with are timely feedback to other teachers through documentation. So how each student is doing in my classroom is something that I do need to work on, and I need to make sure that I document as I go, as each kid goes along. But since I see them in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I tend to remember what has worked and what hasn't. So that's something I really need to work on. Something that would improve our school. First of all, I would give professional development to all the staff about how to manipulate and change different assignments to help the students best. So many teachers are headstrong, or we have some older teachers who think special ed kids just need to be pulled from their class and put in the special ed room. And I don't think that really helps the student at all. I think that really helps the teachers a lot, but not the students. Paraprofessionals obviously are the unsung heroes of any school building. I would have 15 more paras than we do. They put on their superhero cape every day and they show up to work. They know the kids better than anybody else in the school, and they're not listened to enough. So that's something I would do. I would also support flexible curriculums for teachers to be able to manipulate and change things without feeling a need that they need to follow the curriculum specifically. It's all about the money. My 15 extra paras would cost a pretty penny, but I also want to pay them more. So yeah, funding has a lot to do with it. I know there's federal funding for special ed kids, but I know it's not enough. I don't know anybody that is in the school district that says, oh yeah, we've got plenty of money, give it to somebody else. So funding is very, very important. So that is my introductory video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Sorry about my dogs barking. The UPS driver drove up and my daughter is now awake and going to start crying soon. So I will talk to you later. Thanks. See ya.